Alrighty, we are back and the World Tournament is here, the 60th in specific. And you guys know I like to go over the best teams and give you guys sort of a sample run for the newer players who are watching this video so you guys know exactly what you need to be doing. Now, we are on the JP version because that's where I have my characters, but everything is going to translate over the same. So every button that you see me press is going to be the exact same for global as it always has been. So for the best World Tournament teams, what I like to do is first go over the most optimal ones possible, and this is courtesy of a multi-time World Tournament winner, Lotad on Twitter. Now, what I do for this is we just look at the tweet, and then we just sort of talk about the options themselves, and then we go back to the game, and then set up the team ourselves, give some alternative options, and we should be good to go. So, with that being said, if that sounds interesting to you, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you're new, so that way you don't miss out on any Dokkan video like this in the future. So, like I said, courtesy of Lotad _ on Twitter over here. You guys, if you've watched these videos before, you're familiar with this user. They will be linked in the description as well as the pinned comment. Again, courtesy of them, I appreciate them putting this together. It's just a nice frame of reference for the World Tournament. So, here are 4 of the options, and what you can do is sort of fill them out. Now, we are making this video updated because we've had 2 extremely major sort of shakeups in terms of the way the game is going to be working. Now, this is what we are talking about. The first team, right? This is sort of the de facto best team we've been using for a while. These ones like this right here. These 2 are very good. The AGL Gogeta leader is the best for this specific setup. But there is one problem now, and that is Broly, the STR Broly right here. You can see your cursor. Or my cursor, excuse me, is going to have some key problems. And with that, I mean, he's going to be doing his 18 key too often. So if you guys do not know, his 18 key is a traditional super attack. And then his 12 key or 17 key in this case would be an AoE super. So we want Broly doing his AoE. And the problem is with this character, it's going to be hard to do his AoE because of the fact that he is super easy aid. So if you're going to be using STR Broly with a super easy A, I'd recommend that you probably do not run him on the Gogeta team, as this is what the user here, again, somebody who's way more familiar with grinding the mode to the top rank than I am, is saying here in this tweet, saying basically that the key is too much of a problem. But if you want to run that setup, you can run it right here. And this is basically what they said to do. And it is something like this with the My Junior lead, and then a setup like this. Again, these 2 LRs on the side, this just kind of comes down to points or the it's team cost or something like that. You guys just know that you're going to score more points if you have LRs like that on the end of your team. So again, my Junior and STR Piccolo, there are 2 very nice characters with fast AoEs. I'm sure most of you guys, if you do not know, my Junior is the king of World Tournament, undisputed, due to the fact that most of the time you're just going to be going into a run, swiping up, doing his active skill, and moving on to the next fight. So that is why my Junior is as good as he is. But when we see these options here, team accessibility is going to be ranging very much. If you do not have my Junior, fear not. I think the best setup that you probably want to do if you do not have my Junior would be to come over here and take my Junior off of the setup and then just put another character in this spot that potentially could have an AoE. We're talking about like the super easy ATUR Broly, the free-to-play in Raditz, Prime Battle Krillin, just anybody that can fit in those spots. But what you're going to want to do, we'll be talking about this in a little bit, is no matter what, you're always going to be running a friend Junior. So you guys can see what we are going to be doing. From what I could tell, Lotad said the number 3 is the team that they are going to be running in this specific World Tournament. So we'll try and build that one for the sake of the video. So the 3rd team is the top one right here, and that is going to have this following setup right here. Now, every character on this list, thankfully, your boys got rainbowed except for STR Broly, funny enough. But we can go ahead and slide over to the game version now and build that setup. So what we will do, like I said, this is going to be probably the fastest team possible based on the AoEs because you don't have any extra ones. So what we need to do is go over here and build the team as follows. So we're going to go Extreme Int, and then we are going to select Int My Junior as our leader. Then we are going to go over to Super STR and grab our boy Piccolo. Then we are going to grab some more Extreme Class LRs. That'll be super easy. Filter by Extreme Class, filter by LR. The new Super Easy A Majin Vegeta. Then we are also going to be bringing Vegeta and Nappa, Vegeta slash Nappa, or Nappa slash Vegeta in this case. Then last but not least, we are going to be bringing the Super Easy A Broly, not last but not least. But then, again, this is just a points thing. Again, the math behind this, I'm not too sure. I just know that this is what they are doing. They are running this version of Ultimate Gohan. So this is where you guys need to pay attention. This is where things really get like into like the scheme and the strategy of what you're going to be doing. So the first thing that we want to do is change our items. Now, the items that I like to bring, in case I cannot get rid of attacks, I bring a Ghost Usher just for safety. You don't have to do that, but I would say it's probably a good idea. Then what you want to do is bring a shoe item for Ki, and then Fruit of the Tree of Might. And then the last item you want to bring specifically in this case is the Chilai item. So the Chilai item right here, this is going to be what you are looking for. So we can change the Ki on Majin Vegeta if we need him, because again, he has a super fast AoE in the event that we do not have a Jr. on the rotation. Now, the next step that we need to go over is how to set your friend lead. So we're going to go to the extreme class side of things. When we go in here, we're going to filter. We're going to go to extreme int, and then we are going to filter it right here to the fourth button here in the green. This is going to be the Namekian category. And what you should do if you have him is set Jr. as your friend. You guys can see we have plenty of Jr. friends to the point where we're going to be okay during this World Tournament. You want to buff his attack and his crit. I don't know. I think mine is fully World Tournament set up. Yeah, so 24 crit, no attack. We have an additional, so we should probably put some attack on him. But this will work for the time being. And this is basically what we're going to do. We're going to hop in and we're going to do a sample run, and then we will go over the alternatives that you could potentially use. So going in here, you can also see what other people are running in here, but we have a very good opening rotation here, and that is going to be Jr. setup right here. So we're going to go boom, 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 and this is how we are going to get cooking. So we go into here, put the Jr. in slot 2. You want to take the one with the higher attack, I guess, in this case, and then just swipe up, and you're good to go. So we're going to do this 4 times in here. Unfortunately, we got unlucky with the Juniors, but this will give us a chance to display some of the other characters on the squad. So next turn, who are we going to be using for the AoE? I think I see Majin Vegeta in there. It's going very quickly. We are going to be using Majin Vegeta. So we can check out the Ki and see how that goes. Then we can go from there. So this is, again, where things will be interesting. So Broly is not going to struggle for Ki right here. We can grab these orbs like this, and he will be able to get his AoE off. But if we do this and we grab these, Majin Vegeta is going to have enough Ki to do his 18 Ki, and we'll just do that because Majin Vegeta is the new character. Again, what you would want to do is throw with orbs on Broly to ensure that you do end up getting the 17 Ki super attack, right? You got to be a little bit careful, and it requires a little bit of focus, but nothing too crazy. You guys can see this is a very fast AoE that also has a chance to stun. It's sort of like a light version of what Jr. can do. So this is going to end up working out pretty well here. We're going to go ahead and swipe up here on our boy, Jr. again, and we are going to be good to go. So put him in slot 2, get that extra attack, do everything that you got to do. Boom, swipe up, you are good to go, and World Tournament is all fine and dandy. This is the grind you got to do. And we're going to be doing another video right after this going over an update to this mode. It's actually a pretty big deal in terms of like what you need to do. And it's the mode is changing forever. So that's pretty cool. And I hope you guys stay tuned for that video. It's going to be an interesting one for sure. So this is what you want to do. You want to run this setup and just grind it like this. And you guys will see if there's a situation where we have to use orbs to change the board to AGL ones for Majin Vegeta. That is very easy. And we'll also show that here in a moment in the next run. So again, grab all your rewards here. We go to the next stage. We should be good to go. This only will take a matter of a few minutes to get done, and you should be all fine and dandy. And I guess in theory, this is at least worth talking about. What you could do if you're a newer player and you do not have access to a lot of these characters, this is actually a really good example of a team that you could potentially run. Now, I probably wouldn't run this personally, just because it's a little bit too slow. But you could run a setup like this if you don't have Jr. The Omega Shenron team would actually work out pretty well, and I guess I'll toss that in the alternative section here. But this is where Broly is going to come into play. So what we want to do is just ensure that he does not take an attack, even if we weren't to take any damage. We just want to play it safe here and let Broly do his 13 Ki super attack, and you guys could see that we went out of our way to ensure that we do not get lit up. So this is still going to be hitting for 1.9, nothing crazy. He is super easy 8s. That's really not that impressive of an attack stat, to be honest with you. But again, it's not a very good setup. He's linked with Piccolo and all these different things, but he has a fast AoE that is doing guaranteed crits, so that is more than enough for us, and we should be good to go. And we are just going to rinse and repeat this process here 2 more times, and that is how you grind out a world tournament. And you guys are going to see that this is going to be done in under 15 minutes with over-explaining things. Well, not over-explaining things, but also trying to teach at the same time, showing you guys what you need to do. And we're also getting unlucky with the Juniors, not getting them every turn. So that is something to keep in mind as well. But also, like, again, there's a lot of different ways that you can run this specific setup, and you can do all sorts of different things with this team. Again, if you want to run STR Broly, this is the way you want to do it. But if you don't want to run STR Broly, then I'd say you probably run something else. So just for an example right here, if we grab these orbs right here, we're not going to be able to get Majin Vegeta's 18 key. So the first thing I would do is just make life easy for you and see if we change these STR orbs to AGL, which we do. We essentially just nuke the board right here. We're good to go, right? Like Majin Vegeta is going to hit very hard. Who links better? This Gohan? Yeah, we'll look at the attack stat just for fun. You want to do something like this, and you're going to be good to go. That is basically what you would do. If there was an attack in slot 1, you would probably want to use a Ghost Usher just to make sure that you don't take an attack here, and you are good to go. So you run this setup like this. Majin Vegeta is doing max damage on some of these enemies, and that's pretty funny. So that is how that's going to look. Majin Vegeta is now very, very good for the World Tournament, even better than he was before because his numbers have been cranked up to a gazillion, and that is going to help out a considerable amount here. So looking pretty good. Again, for the finals, we want to go in here, grab this, and we are going to be good to go. So grab this last one right here, go in here, filter it again, get your Junior lead, and rinse and repeat this process. No bonus chance. What you don't want to do in here specifically is run a setup like this guy is running. Not that there's anything wrong with his team build inherently, but the problem is it's not a World Tournament team. You guys can see there are no AoE characters on the board, and that is not how you want to run the World Tournament. So do keep that in mind when you are building a setup if you are missing characters. AoEs are the king, right? That is very important, right? It's extremely valuable that you are running AoE characters and fast AoE characters. So that is something to keep in mind. Now, we've done the World Tournament. We got through with showing off the team builds, with going slow and building it. It took about, 8 minutes to do. So very easy to do. You only have to do about 20 of these. It's going to take you a little bit over 2 hours, I'd say, over the course of the weekend. So if you just set aside like 30 to 40 minutes, you do it a few times, you should be good to go, right? See it as like you do like a ranked competitive game in something. Just play a World Tournament, a couple World Tournaments instead. You'll be good to go. Now, what we need to look at, again, is alternatives, because I know that not everybody's going to have the exact same setup. We looked at it earlier with the first setup, with the AGL Gogeta lead here. So if we go back and we go run like the traditional one that we've been doing for the last, couple months, if we do the pure science. So what we want to do is set it up something like this. We grab Gogeta. We grab this Vegeta right here, Majin Vegeta. We have Vegeta and Nappa. That's going to be another option for us here. Then we want to grab our Namekian characters, and that is going to be something like this. Where is Junior? And then we want STR Piccolo. So this setup has been tried and true. People have been running this one for a while. Definitely can work out pretty well for you. But if you're looking for something else that you could potentially run, if you're like a brand new player, honestly, like the Omega Shenron team, I don't hate it. I really don't. If you like, you're brand new and these are like the only options you have, it would look Key would be an issue with Broly, I think, but like just running through an Omega engine, I think that could work. So if you were to do, I'm trying to find the Legion of Shadow Dragons. We run something like this. We run something like this, right? We get characters that are going to work through Omega Shenron. I think that could actually work. Again, with Broly, I think Key could be a bit of an issue, but you might want to just toss him on the team for the additional super anyway. Then you would probably like some Inhuman Deeds characters. Then you would do something like this. You would go extreme. You'd run to him, and you'd run somebody like him. That could probably work if you don't have Junior, or you just go with like a complete pure Saiyan AoE setup that does not have Junior on it. So you would run like this guy. It would be very similar. Like, let's just pretend you're missing like all of those like special LRs. What you could do is go to Extreme Int. You run over here, you grab your Raditz. This character is a free-to-play AoE unit that works out pretty well, all things considered. Maybe you have this old Broly right here. He's a decent AoE character. You could also go Extreme STR. This Majin Buu right here is a good AoE character. This Broly right here is a decent AoE character. He's very fast. If you want to run like a movie boss setup, you could run this cell max. There are just a lot of different ways that you could set up World Tournament right now, but those are the best teams and the way to run World Tournament right now. So let me know down below if you need any help. If you do, please join the community Discord. The link is in the description. We're looking to get 1,000 members over there by the end of the year. We're a little over 900 right now, so I would appreciate if you guys would check it out. We have an active community over there of people who can help you out with stuff. We have access to information, guides, all that fun stuff is over there. So go ahead and check it out if you want to. And don't forget to leave a like before you go. Subscribe if you're new so that we don't miss out on any Dokkan content. I appreciate you guys watching. Shout out to Lotad for putting this together. Again, link in the description and pinned comment. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.